you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Thank you guys for being here today. I appreciate it. If you are a first timer to the channel, a first timer to the Strat, we are about to change the way that you guys trade. So welcome to all the newcomers. Welcome to all my recent followers and all my older followers. I appreciate all of you guys following along on this journey and allowing me to show you guys how to trade the Strat. If you haven't done so yet, you can subscribe down below, click that subscribe button, and then hit that bell. That bell gives you the notifications for when I send out daily videos just like this one, our watch list for Wednesday, June 1st. I also send out daily top 5 videos. I send out weekly swing videos, which I've already got that out. There's a top 5 weekly swing video out as well. There will be a monthly swing video coming out shortly if it's not out already. I put out informational videos, learning tools, motivational videos. I've got a 4-part series on Paul Ituaro's hashtag 30 and 30, a phrase he coined for a reversal on the 30-minute chart. Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule. I've got a video on that. I've got a video on broadening formations, what the setups are, entries and exits, what the candlestick numbers mean. All kinds of other videos just for you guys. Trade reviews, how to trade 3-1 setups, inside bars, outside bars. The list goes on and on. I've probably got about 250 videos for you guys to go through and learn from and get your eyes on. And the more screen time you get, the better you guys will become at the Strat and trading. I promise you that. It'll become like reading and writing and breathing for you guys. It's just the more time you get, the easier it becomes. So you can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. And guys, you can ask me any question there. You can make any comment there. I will help you guys out. It doesn't matter if it's a dumb question, a silly question. I'm here to help you guys out through your trading journey. So ask away. I will get back to you guys usually within the same day. You can also do the same thing down below on any single one of my YouTube videos, okay? I've mentioned this in a couple videos. We are close to being monetized, which is really, really exciting. And what that does, guys, is it keeps this free for you guys. I spend a lot of time making these videos and putting the information out there for you guys to learn, and it's free. And I don't want you guys to spend a nickel, and I want to keep it that way. So what I would ask of you, if there are ads on, I'll try and keep them short. Just take the short 15, 30-second time period and just watch those ads. That's how I will get paid. Let the advertisers pay me to teach you guys and to show you guys how to use the Strat, okay? And that'll keep it free and pays me for my time, okay? So let's get started on our watch list for Wednesday, June 1st. It is a new month, and we are going to start with SPY. What else would we start with? So SPY today had a 2 up, and it finished red, okay? So when I see 2 ups, which a 2-bar passes only one side of the previous candle. In this case, it was the higher side to the upside. So it is a 2 up. Now what we also have is it finished red, okay? So a failed 2. A 2 up that finished red, I will always look for a reversal on to the downside. And it won't always happen, guys, but probability tells us that it's likely. The other thing that's on our side here, the day and the week are red. We have a new month opening up, so we'll see how this goes. If it trends down, the day, week, month, quarterly, and yearly will all be red on SPY. If you want this indicator right here, click on your indicator tab, type in time frame continuity, author is board rider B. Those little numbers you see below the candlesticks, if you want that, you can type in candle type, the Strat, author is Crinklebind. If you're looking for Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule indicator, you can type in SSS 50% rule indicator, author is Wolf and Bear. That'll give you a little line halfway through these bars to show you where you could jump in to try and catch an outside bar. Okay, so SPY, we're looking for puts, 410.03 is our trigger price. If you're looking for a strike price, guys, the way I always do it, I will take usually the next strike price out. So our trigger is 410.03. My strike will be 409. And I take the closest expiry, but I'm comfortable with that. Some people might want to take 2 expiries out. So this is going to, there'll be a 0 day to expiry on Wednesday. The next expiry will be Friday. So if you want to take the Friday because you're worried about it turning on you and you're worried about the risk, that's fine. There'll just be less profit on the play, which is also fine, okay? So we can take this strike here. We have 2 targets here. The first one is right here. I'll just change this to green. That is our first target, the bottom of the preceding wick. The next one, the top of the wick. Now, this isn't normal. The reason it is the top of the wick is because we have this gap here. A gap meaning we have no candle in between here and here. So there's a gap. So we will take the top of the wick, and then I don't think we get to the third target, but if we do, it'll be on the bottom of that same candle. Okay, let's move on to Neo. Neo, same as SPY, has a 2 up that finished red. Okay, the day and the week are red. Then there's a new month tomorrow. We can look for puts on this one at 1676. And then our first target would be this gap fill and this pink line. So, in saying that, guys, I would be careful on Neo if you're playing it, because if we fill this gap in the morning, this pink line, we are already triggered long for the week. This blue line is our trigger long for the month. So it's very possible on Wednesday that Neo breaks down to the low and hits this gap target and retraces back up. Okay, so I'd be very careful on shorting Neo tomorrow. Apple is up next. AAPL. Apple, again, 2 up red. We'll look for a reversal to the downside. 2 up, 2 down reversal. The day, week, month, quarterly, and yearly are all red on this thing. The month, again, opens up on a new day tomorrow. So let's look for puts on Apple. We can take puts at 146.84. And our targets are just at the bottom of this preceding wick. Okay, next up we've got AMC. AMC. Same scenario, 2 up red. Full time frame to the downside. We are still on an inside year. That's what that yellow circle means. So if we go here, you can see there's our inside bar on the year, preceding an outside bar that it's going to have to try and break out of. Back to the daily chart. 2 up, finished red. We'll look for puts at $13.93, and our first target is at $12.40. Nice magnitude there. And you can call this a target. You can call it magnitude. You can call it a pivot point. You can say that's where the bulls have their stop losses. It doesn't really matter. It all means the same thing, okay? AMD, same thing. 2 up red. We'll look for puts on this at $100.04. Next up is BIDU, 2 up red. Same thing as Neo, guys, okay? I'd be cautious on this one, just like I said to be cautious on Neo, because we have this gap fill right there. Okay? And it's not large, so it's not going to take long to get down there. It may tag and then reverse right back up. And we could have an outside bar on Baidu, just like we do on, possibly could have on Neo. Okay, so again, watch this one if that's what you're trading tomorrow. D-Dog is up next. D-Dog, same scenario, 2 up, finished red, full time frame to the downside. 93.64 with the puts, and we can take targets here at, let me put it in for you guys, $90.63. Good magnitude there, $3 run to the downside if we can hit it. DocuSign, DOCU, same scenario again. Puts at $82. The magnitude isn't as good on this one, but the play is there for you guys. ETSY, that's Etsy, same setup, same time frame continuity. We have triggered on the weekly already, so that's one thing to watch. Triggered to the high side on the weekly, I will tell you. I'm just going to double check that. Yes, we have triggered to the high side, so we are 2 up on the week already for Etsy. So again, just watch this one, but we have a 2 up to finish red, so we'll look for puts at $80.02. Facebook, the metaverse, meta platforms, 2 up red. These indicators keep on scrambling, but we do have a full time frame to the downside. Puts at 192.01. If I were to look, I don't have a broadening formation on here, but if we were to draw one, we could do so. Right. Why don't we do this? Uno. Dos. Hey, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. And again, we may reverse and have a 2-2 continuation. I don't know, but we'll see what happens on Wednesday. MGM is up next. MGM, same scenario, 2 up red, full time frame down. We've triggered the week already, so again, be cautious with MGM. But if it triggers, guys, we don't have long to hit this target, so watch it, stay in it, take your profit. Okay, 34.72 is our trigger for the puts. Microsoft, Rob Smith calls this one Mr. Softy, 2 up red. Okay, 2 up red, full time frame to the downside. Puts at 268.93, and this is another one of those gap fills. Okay, so target 1, target 2, top of the wick to fill the gap. Okay, that's on Microsoft. NVIDIA, NVDA. NVIDIA 2 up red. We can take puts at 183.60. And let's go target 1 at 181. Target 2, top of the wick. Is that barely 180.92. So an 8-cent difference between those two until we hit this, and I doubt we hit that tomorrow. Never know, but I doubt it. PLUG, that's Plug Power. Same scenario, full time frame to the downside. Puts at $18.01. I'm going to zoom out here to look at this. That's a large broadening formation. Woo! Okay, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I just wanted to see if that was a tighter broadening range, broadening formation. It wasn't. So let's look for puts on Plug Power here at 18.01. QQQ, same scenario. 2 up red. Full time frame down. Puts at 304.32, and we have this gap fill again. Okay. Target 1. Target 2, we use top of the candle because of the gap that I explained earlier. Hey guys, if you like what I'm doing so far, just give me a quick thumbs up. It doesn't take long. Scroll down, give me a thumbs up. Roku, 2 up red, so we can look for puts at 92.55. Again, this is another one of those that has triggered the weekly already. So watch for that. Target 1, bottom of the wick. Target 2, we've got the gap, top of the wick. Okay, that's on Roku. Square. Square has an inside bar. Finally, something new to look at. Okay, Square inside bar, or a 1 bar when we're talking about the Strat, does not break the high of the previous bar or the low of the previous bar. It stays within the range of the previous bar. Okay, so an inside bar shows consolidation in a stock. It becomes spring loaded, action loaded. It's a tightening range. It gets tighter, 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 just like when you get a loaded spring. And what happens when you release that loaded spring? You get an explosion, up or down. Okay, and we can go back in time and look, and it doesn't happen all the time, but probabilities tell us and history tells us very often it does. Inside bar, rocket to the downside. Inside bar, rocket to the upside for 2 days. Okay, let's go back and find one more on the inside bar. And you guys can go back test these all day long on any chart, and you'll see what it is. Okay, inside bar, rocket to the downside, hitting all kinds of targets. Inside bar, downside. Okay, I could do this all day. Inside bar, rocket to the downside. Inside bar, way to the upside. Okay, So Square has a history of showing, especially on the daily chart, that the breaks on the inside bars are really good. So if you're wondering what's going to be on my top 5 plays, I will guarantee you right now, Square will be on there. I will also guarantee you that SPY will be on there. Okay, UPST. This is what I mean. This indicator here keeps on getting jammed up, and I don't know why. It's been happening for the last week. UPST, back to the same old, 2 up red. Puts at 48.20, full time frame down, but we have triggered the week again. So again, just be cognizant of that. XEL, new setup. 3-1 setup, one of my favorites, okay? Outside bar followed by an inside bar. So an outside bar breaks both the high and the low of the previous candle. This is our outside bar or our 3 bar. And you can see when we opened up down here, we broke the low. And then we came right back through the 50% mark. Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule. Came up through the top. We became an outside bar. 2 down, failed 2, 3. Okay, and then that's followed by an inside bar, which we've already talked about how they get spring loaded, and it's consolidation within the stock or the ticker. Okay, so when we have these 3-1 setups, they become a very rare pattern, and they don't happen very often, and we can go back in time to look. The last one we had was in March of 2014, over a month ago, or sorry, 2022 of March, and you can see we had this outside bar, inside bar, and a beautiful breakdown, and we hit how many targets? 1, 2, 3, 4 targets on the way down, and then it crawled right back up, okay? And then we had another one here, outside bar, inside bar. What happened? We broke for 3-4 days. We ran to the upside on a 3-1 setup. And then this one turned out to be a 3-1 setup, turned into a double inside bar, it's an even more rare pattern than the 3-1. And you can see what happened on that one. We hit 1, 2, and then I don't know what targets are over here, but we had 2 straight days of flushing for some really good gains on XEL on those double inside bars, which are rare, and I will always play those guys, and I try and notify you guys intraday if I see them. Okay, so 3-1 setup on XL Energy. Again, out of my top 5, this will be the 3rd one for sure that will be on that list. We can take calls on it at 75.89 or puts at 74.79. And you can see I've got these broadening formations here, and we're just tagging this thing up and down and up and down, and we're following the trend line all the way up. So it'll be interesting to see if this outside bar, inside bar is our indicator or our trigger for us to come back down and tag the bottom on XL Energy. And XOP, I believe this is the last play, guys. 2 up that finish red, okay? Same scenario that we've been going through all day long. We're looking for 2-2 reversals basically all day tomorrow on the daily chart. And there's that indicator fudging up. Go back to the day. The day and the week are red, okay? So we can look for puts on this thing at 153.18. And you may even see, I talked about in my last video, a pivot machine gun. So there's 2 things we're going to talk about here just before we end off. We've tagged the top of this broadening formation right here. Okay, and if I click on this, there's my 2 points that I've drawn. 1 and 2. We can even move that up if we wanted, or just move that to there. Regardless, we've hit 2 points here, okay? 1, 2, and we've tagged the top. Okay, and you can see what we've done here. Lower low to a higher high, followed the trend line. Lower low, came up, tagged this one, come back down, and now we've tagged the top of this one. Is this our spot where we come back down, or are we going to follow this trend line all the way up? We'll find out. If we trigger to the upside, that's fine. We don't need to play it. If we trigger to the downside, we have a spot here, 153.18, and then we have targets all the way down. And when I was talking about pivot machine gun, a pivot machine gun to the upside, we have these series of higher lows. Okay, higher low, higher low. All of these candlesticks are all higher lows. The low of the candle is higher than the next one, okay, or than the previous one. all the way up to here. And when we get a pivot machine gun, we get one of these. 1, 2, 3. That's not quite one. But what will happen is you'll see a candle and it'll just skyrocket down. And it'll take out all these pivots, all these targets, okay? So watch for XOP tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if that happens on a gas play right now, but you never know. Guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Look for the top 5 plays. Look for the weekly swing plays. Check out the monthly swing plays that are going to be out as well. And until next time, guys, good luck trading, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.